Are you considering moving to a state with no state tax? Well, what does it mean, no state tax? It means the government will not impose income tax on your personal income. Therefore, you get to keep more of your personal income. Welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca, and in today's video, let's discuss the 9 states without state taxes. It will be interesting to see if your state is on the list, so make sure you stay to the end. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Support me as I am up and coming in my YouTube journey. So let's get started. Coming in at number 9, New Hampshire. New Hampshire is known as the Granite State for its extensive granite formations. It also has 3 nicknames: the Mother River, the White Mountain State, and the Switzerland of America. Although New Hampshire does not have a state tax, it does, however, tax dividends and interest. So be aware of this before deciding to move to New Hampshire. Also keep in mind, New Hampshire does have a high property tax rate, averaging at 1.86%, which is the 3rd highest in the country. Although New Hampshire does not have state tax, it also does not have sales tax. But keep in mind that they do tax other goods, such as alcohol and food. So before you move to New Hampshire, be sure to weigh the pros and cons. You have no state tax versus high property tax. Let's move on to number 8, Tennessee. The beautiful state of Tennessee, known for its famous cities, Nashville and Memphis. Also, its legendary famous singer, entertainer, Elvis. Tennessee is the 10th most affordable state to live in. Tennessee has no state tax. Therefore, they're not taxing your personal income. You get to keep more of what you earn. But to offset the benefit of the no state tax, they do have high sales taxes. Tennessee has the 2nd highest sales tax in the country at 9.55%. Does it make you want to consider moving to Tennessee? Let's move along to number 7, Wyoming. It seems like a lot of people are moving to Wyoming these days. Wyoming is known for its rich Aboriginal folklore, its beautiful nature, and stunning national parks, including Yellowstone and Grand Teton. The state's population density is one of the lowest in the nation. Wyoming is famous for bull riding, cowboy culture, and the home to several of the most magnificent rangelands. Citizens pay no personal or corporate state income taxes, no retirement income taxes, and enjoy low sales taxes. The total tax burden for the state of Wyoming comes in at 6.14%, which it ranks it as the 3rd lowest. Like Alaska, Wyoming taxes natural resources, primarily oil, to make up for the lack of a personal income tax. The state ranks an average of 33rd in the affordability and 35 on the best places to live, according to the U.S. News and World Report. And in 2019, at $16,304 per pupil, Wyoming spent that amount on their education. Moving on, number 6, Washington. With a total tax burden of 8.34%. Washington does have a younger population of residents. Keep in mind, there is high sales tax and high gas taxes in Washington compared to the other states. The high cost of living and housing puts it as number 44th for the most affordable states. Washington is 26 out of the 50 states with a total tax burden of 8.34%. In 2021, the state was ranked by the U.S. News and World Report as the overall best state to live in. Coming in at number 5, Texas, with a total tax burden of 8.19%. Texas is known as the Lone Star State, famous for its barbecue, ranch, and cattle, and iconic cowboys. Who doesn't love Texas? Did you know that 3 of the United States presidents came from Texas? Can you guess who? Stay tuned to see if you know who these 3 presidents are. I will give you some time to think about it. There are no personal income taxes. It's even written in the Texas Constitution to pay for its infrastructure, costs, and services. However, Texas tax is still considered pretty low. In 2014, Texas spent $6,998 per capita on healthcare, considering the 7th lowest amount in the U.S. Now let's get back to those 3 presidents from Texas. Let's see if you got it right. So, coming in at number 1, Lyndon Baines Johnson. Number 2, George H.W. Bush. And number 3, George W. Bush. Let's move on to number 4, South Dakota. South Dakota, well known for the famous monument Mount Rushmore. Did you know it took 14 years to complete this monument? It began in 1927, but wasn't declared completed until 1941. South Dakota, like the other no-tax states, relies strongly on sales and property taxes for its revenue. In addition, they receive revenues from taxes on cigarettes and alcohol. South Dakota is also home to several major credit card companies, and its higher property and sales tax keep its residents free from income taxes. In 2014, South Dakota spent $8,933 per capita on healthcare, the 14th highest in the nation. Overall, it did spend more money on education at $10,139 per pupil in 2019. Let's move on to number 3, Nevada. Nevada, home to the famous Las Vegas, known for its bright lights, tourism, casinos, and hotels. Nevada strongly relies on high sales tax from groceries, clothing, alcohol, gambling, and hotels. Therefore, its overall tax burden is at 8.23%. So we're finally down to the last 2 states. Number 2, Florida is known as the Sunshine State, where people go to retire. Don't forget Miami Beach, Disney World, theme parks, the warm weather, Florida oranges, and so much more. Florida does not tax your personal income. However, it does rely on sales and property tax for its revenue. The cost of living in Florida is above average when it comes to the groceries, housing, and utility cost. So if you are considering moving to Florida, you will enjoy no state tax. Coming in at number 1, Alaska. Like the other states on the list, Alaska has no state income tax. In addition, it does not have sales tax. Therefore, it has a tax burden of 5.10%. It is considered to be one of the lowest compared to the other states. The residents of Alaska receive a yearly payment from the Alaska Permanent Fund Corp. These payments come from revenues associated with investments and mineral leases, rentals, and royalties. Keep in mind the cost of living in Alaska is very high. This is because of the remoteness of their location. The state ranks 47 out of 50 in affordability and 45 out of 50 according to the U.S. News and World Reports on the best places to live. Alaska has one of the highest and fastest rise in healthcare costs of any of the states. With this compiled list of the 9 states with no state tax, you can easily see why you may want to consider moving to any one of these 9 states. But before you do that, I would encourage you to do your research on, what the pros and the cons are. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscription button, that notification button, and that like button. And let me know in the comments what other videos you would like me to make. Thank you.